Today we're going to be making a chickpea and dumpling soup. Usually you make chicken and dumplings, but I thought we'd try it with chickpeas today. So in my pot on the stove I have 3 tablespoons of butter melting. As soon as that's melted, I'm going to put in 2 carrots that have been peeled and diced, 2 stalks of celery that have been diced, 2 shallots. They were smaller, so I used 2, or 1 good size one peeled and diced, and then 1 can of chickpeas that have been rinsed and drained. So into the pot, see my butter's melted. I'm going to pour that all in. I'm also going to add, 1 bay leaf. That's what a bay leaf looks like. And then I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. We're going to give that a stir, and we're going to let that cook for about 5 to 7 minutes. So give it a stir and let it cook for 5 to 7 minutes. That gives the vegetables time to cook a little bit. So I'll see you back. Okay, the vegetables are starting to get soft. So now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of flour. I'm going to sprinkle it all over the top. And I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of bouillon. I'm using chicken bouillon. And then I'm going to give it a stir. And we're going to let that cook for about 1 minute, just till it gets a little toasty. So I'm going to give that about 1 minute just toasting. It won't be that long. Okay, I'm going to pour in 4 cups of chicken stock. We're going to give that a stir because we don't want any clumps from the flour in there. If you don't mix flour correctly, it can get very clumpy. We're going to bring this up to a boil. Then we're going to bring it to a simmer for 7 to 12 minutes. Okay, while that's cooking, we're going to start the dumplings. In my bowl, I have 1.5 cups of flour, which was left from the original amount, and I put in 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I'm just going to give that a stir to mix that together. And then I'm going to add the rest of the butter, which is 4 tablespoons of butter. It's cold butter. You're going to put it in here and you're going to mix it in. A lot of people can do it with their hands. I can't do it with my hands until it gets a little softer. So I'm going to use my pastry blender, and I'm going to make it into, we're going to get into like pea-sized shapes. So I'm going to work on this. I'll be back in a second. As you can see in the bowl, the butter is into like pea-sized pieces. Because if you work it too much with your hands get too warm. And then I'm going to put in 2/3 of a cup of half and half and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. We're going to pour that in. That's going to make it almost like a buttermilk. And then I'm going to give that a stir. Partially stirred. I'm going to add I have a tablespoon of parsley that I chopped up, and a tablespoon of dill fronds. That's the little top part of the dill, and that's going to go inside of it. Give that a stir till it's all mixed together. If you can't get it to mix with the fork, just use your hands, because the dough is nice right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to make this into 12 balls of dumpling to put on top of the soup. The soup is almost done, so we're going to let this sit and rest for a minute, and then we'll put this right into the soup. Okay, at this point I'm going to take out my bay leaf, because that's going to get stuck under the dumplings. And then I'm going to add 1/2 cup of frozen peas. Give that a stir. All right, then I'm going to take the dumplings, and I'm not going to roll them. I'm going to scoop them in right on top of the soup. Now, there's a funny story about dumplings. When we first got married, the cameraman and I, which was a long time ago, my first meal for him was chicken and dumplings. Well, needless to say, as a young bride, I was upset because my dumplings cooked, but they exploded all over the pan. Looked like wallpaper paste. I've never made chicken and dumplings since, but I'm going to give this one's going to be a try today. This is a trial for both of us today. So I'm just about done getting the dumplings into the pot. As you can get, the camera, I'm going to bring it closer so you can see exactly what I'm doing there. Come on, there we go. Got enough for 2 more. And this is a great like vegetarian option. If you want, you can use vegetable stock, vegetable, vegetable, instead of using chicken bouillon, you can use vegetable bouillon because they make a nice one by that same brand. And then, it all works out well. Honestly, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take the cover, which here it is, the cover, and put it on top. We're going to turn it to a simmer, and we're going to let it cook between about 15 to 20 minutes. Now about 15 minutes until the dumplings are done. So I'll see you back in 15. Okay, it's all done. You can see the dumplings look great. It's almost like, it looks like a pot pie with dumplings, but it's a chicken pot pie. So over here I have one dished out. It looks really good. I put some extra dill on top of it. I'm going to try the dumpling. This is the true test. If I spit it out, you'll know it's no good. Delicious. Have a great week. See you next week.